Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 131 Northeast James Street here in Camas. We're located in the downstairs bathroom. We pulled the toilet. We're going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We've already inserted the camera. I was doing a test run here. It's a very tricky line to get the camera to make the turns it did. So I'm not going to reel back to the beginning. We will reel all the way back to the beginning once we've scoped out to the terminus. So anyway, we are in cast iron here. I was looking at the crawl space earlier. This toilet, it appears to be 3-inch, but the actual cast iron we're in now is 4-inch pipe. And it appears that we've probably just exited out the rear foundation. At least it appears. I'll locate and figure out where everything's going here. We'll have a bunch more water running, and I'm going to keep the camera moving as quickly as possible until we can't go any further. I'm not sure we'll make it all the way out. There's a lot of turns to go through, but here we go. And I did zero out the camera counter at the very beginning, so this is an accurate length out. I'm going to turn the water off here and let the line drain out completely. The camera's running into something that's not wanting to move past. I can't tell if I'm hitting a hard turn or if there's debris in the line. Okay, locate the camera head at the rear of the home. Currently, it's traveling parallel with the rear of the house. It's kind of going across the back of it, and we are currently smack dab under the middle of the crawl space hatch, the lid for the crawl space anyway. Directly beneath that currently, so it looks like it's at least running into that portion. Unfortunately here, this thing did not drain out that great, so to get a good look at what's going on here. We have a lot of standing water in the line. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get the camera to jump over whatever is going on here. It almost looks like the camera is trying to go up in the air. So it's entirely possible we have a significantly offset joint here the camera just will not pop over the top of. Because every now and then when I get at least a little glimpse of what's beyond or beneath all that water, what I'm seeing is cast iron, but I'm also seeing what looks like black rubber, which is how cast iron joints are gasketed. Kind of right there what I'm looking at, you can see it's very, very blurry, I understand, but there's a big black band going through there, and then red cast iron, or at least the reddish color up above it. That looks like a offset joint where you have the rubber gasket showing through, and it looks like there may be a lip on the pipe here, because the camera, the motion it's doing is it's trying to go through here is it's bending upward, which you would have to do to pop over the top of a offset joint in the flow line. That's the best that I can tell as to what's going on here. So, we have a significant amount of standing water as well. This is a spot where a blockage and backup could happen very easily. But what's hard to tell right now is if the whole section of the pipe settled or if that issue there is what's damming up the sewer line. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to locate and mark the camera right here where it stops. And again, this is underneath the crawl space hatch. I'll put a marking within the crawl space hatch or underneath it, but I'll also put one outside pointing to it. And I'll mention the depth here in a moment. I do recommend a repair to correct the, it looks like an offset joint as best I can tell. It could be some other issue, but we definitely have a problem here that's going to block the line up. All right, I'm going to reel back and just put a marking right at the beginning of the standing water. We may have a belly here, or a whole section of pipe has settled. We may also just have a really offset joint that's damming up the pipe. It's hard to say. Our standing water starts here at about 20, basically at 20 feet. And it extends out there 25 feet. Once you get into the standing water there, it goes all the way up to about 2 inches of standing water, 1.5 to 2 inches. It's a lot. So with the water and the lip there, whatever is going on, it appears to be a lip. There's some kind of damage that appears to have happened. That's the best I can tell with all the water impeding our view. I recommend a spot repair to correct that. Again, where the actual lip is out on that pipe there, the offset, is within the crawl space hatch. It's down inside of it. There's a concrete frame around that crawl space hatch there, and directly in line with the pipe, there is a crack down the concrete of that crawl space hatch opening. Not the foundation wall, but the little encasement where they've framed in the crawl space opening. So it looks rather suspicious, like something has settled there, because directly in line with where the issue's at is also a crack on either side of that crawl space hatch. So anyway, my guess is something has settled there significantly. It's kind of hard to say, but that I'm going to locate right here. It's possible there may be some of that concrete to deal with. I'll put a marking on either end of the belly and the issue. Alrighty, we have a white X on either end. Then you'll have to open up the crawl space hatch to obviously see the marking. But that makes it fairly easy to get down to. It's possible it's just an offset joint, but you know, if that whole section's settled there, you're more than likely going to have to pull out that concrete wall there that kind of frames in the foundation, or the crawl space hatch. Now my camera a little bit ago turned. This may be inside the crawl space already. I'm going to try and locate, because I know that my camera kind of accidentally turned to the right there, and it looked like the backside of a clean out cap. I just want to see where this is at.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Alright, I located this spot. This is just outside. Right here, this is where the camera turns to head kind of parallel to the back of the house. We do have a Y connection here. I mentioned it looked like it may have been a clean out. The problem is it's sitting flat. So you'd have to dig about a 3-foot hole that you wouldn't be, and probably tear up some concrete almost to actually access it. So I recommend that during the repair here to fix that offset, that a exterior clean out is installed. Preferably a 2-way one so you can go in and out from it. But that way you've got proper access to the exterior line. If this thing wraps around the whole house and goes out to the street, you could have a 150-foot long sewer line, and you need that amount of access to properly service it if necessary. At this point, we're coming back through the crawl space, and I wanted to point this out. It looked like the ABS pipe in the crawl here may have had, yes, we do have actually quite a lot of standing water right here. We've got, consistently, it looks like an inch. It's definitely an inch, possibly an 1.5 inches, but I would recommend that get fixed as well. This is pretty straightforward. It's basically all the pipe from the toilet inside the crawl space leading over to the original cast iron stack. I recommend this be corrected as well. This is a very easy spot to get debris building up, connected to a toilet like it is. So, from this point here, basically we're going to call that the clean out as far as the report goes. It's a toilet, or I'll call it the flange. From the flange to 5 feet has bellied up, or was not installed properly with proper grade. You may just need to adjust strapping. You might also have to cut some pipe and fix the angle. I recommend re-scoping after any repair work is done to ensure it was done correctly. The clean out needs to be installed, the offset joint needs to be repaired, and then you got to do another scope to check the rest of the line, make sure there's no other issues beyond that.